One autumn morning in northern Italy, the sky was painted in soft shades of blue, and the scent of mist lingered over the old red rooftops. In a small corner of a cafe tucked away by Verona's Square, a young man named Luca sat in silence, staring at a blank notebook. He dreamed of becoming a painter, but for years, that dream had stayed trapped on paper, unfinished sketches, half-born ideas, and countless beginnings that led nowhere. Luca was truly talented. Anyone who saw his drawings could see that. But what he lacked was not skill. It was consistency. Every time he started something, he burned bright like a fire in the night and then faded within weeks. One half-finished painting, one abandoned project, one more dream left behind. He always found excuses. I'm tired today. I'll paint tomorrow. I'll continue when I feel inspired. But tomorrow kept moving further away until a whole year had passed, and Luca was still there, staring at a blank page. One morning, overwhelmed and restless, Luca walked along the Adige River. The wind whispered through rows of birch trees, their leaves trembling like the sigh of time itself. At the end of the path, he saw an old man carving a statue, an angel sculpted from marble, almost complete. The man held only a small hammer and chisel. Each strike echoed softly, rhythmically, patiently, like the slow heartbeat of a long life. Luca watched for a long time before asking, "Sir, how long have you been working on this statue?" The old man wiped his brow and smiled. 4 years. My boy, I work a little each day, about an hour, less when it rains, more when the sun shines, but every single day. 4 years, Luca was astonished. For one statue, don't you ever get bored? The old man put down his chisel and looked at the marble glowing in the sunlight. No, my son, because I don't look at the whole stone. I only look at the next strike. Each small strike gives it shape. No single blow can create an angel. If I skip one day, nothing changes. But if I keep carving day after day, one day, the angel will appear. Luca fell silent. Those words were light as air, yet they sank deep into his heart like water soaking into the earth. That night, back in his small room, he picked up his dusty sketchbook. He didn't promise to finish a painting. He only promised to draw one line each day. Just one, no matter how tired, how busy, or how uninspired. The first week was easy. Inspiration came freely, and colors danced across the canvas. But soon, fatigue and laziness crept back in. Some days, Luca drew only a crooked line. Some days, just a dot of color in the corner. But he still did it. He kept his promise, one line each day. Weeks turned into months. The sketches began to take shape: a pair of eyes, a hand, a flower, a mother holding her child. The small pieces slowly connected into a world of their own. And Luca realized something beautiful. Repetition doesn't kill inspiration, it feeds it. Each day he picked up his brush. He no longer waited for inspiration. The act itself brought inspiration back. A year later, Luca finished his very first collection of paintings. He displayed them at a small-town exhibition. No one could believe those delicate, soulful works were made by the quiet young man who once doubted himself. One visitor asked, "Where did you learn to paint like this?" Luca smiled. "I learned from a sculptor, the man who taught me that every strike matters. He hadn't just learned to paint. he had learned to live, that no magic creates success, only small, steady, persistent actions do. As the old man had said, an angel doesn't appear in a day, but each strike brings you closer to its wings. When night fell, Luca sat by his window, the lamp casting a soft glow on his thoughtful face. He added one last brushstroke, gentle as a breath. The painting was unfinished, but he smiled. He had learned that perfection isn't found in the finished work, but in showing up every single day. Outside, the church bells rang slowly, steadily, like the rhythm of life itself. And somewhere, in the heart of that ancient European town, a young man had finally learned what many spend their whole lives searching for. Success isn't built in a day, it's built every day. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a little hope today. And don't forget to subscribe every week. I tell quiet human stories like this one to remind you that all great things are born from small actions, repeated long enough to become miracles.